At 6:04, in just a matter of hours, the defense team for suspended Attorney General Ken Paxton will call its witnesses after a confusing and dramatic day in court. We have live team coverage on this for you this morning. Victor Jacobo is in Austin, but we will start with our Matt Doherty here in Houston to break down yesterday's confusing day in court.
This morning, Attorney General Ken Paxton's defense team gets their turn in this historic impeachment trial. In a surprise yesterday, the prosecution rested its case against Paxton in what he said was a mistake. Houston Attorney Rusty Hardin said the House of Managers rests. Hardin said he meant to pass the witness, but it was too late. Paxton's attorney, Houston lawyer Tony Busby, wouldn't allow the slip to slide. In another surprise turn, Paxton's alleged mistress did not end up taking the stand. Laura Olson arrived at the state capitol and appeared ready to testify. However, late in the afternoon, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said both sides agreed Olson wasn't available to testify. It's believed Olson would have pleaded the fifth throughout her testimony, not answering questions, and the move was made to preserve time.
All right, Matt, thank you. Now we're going to send it over to Victor Jacobo, who's live for us this morning outside the state capitol in Austin. Victor, we're approaching the end of the trial, but we haven't really seen much of Ken Paxton himself. What's the latest we've heard from him?
Yeah, that's right, Steph. We only saw Paxton on that first day of the trial in the morning for him to just plead not guilty. His attorneys argued that he doesn't have to be here for all the proceedings since this is not a criminal trial. But we did hear from the suspended Attorney General yesterday on social media. That's where he announced that next week he is headed to Maine to meet with conservative commentator Tucker Carlson to discuss, quote, the last 2 weeks in Texas politics, end quote. Paxton added that the conversation should be interesting. Now, whether they'll be talking about an acquittal or a conviction remains to be seen. His defense team still has some work to do. They'll get to call their first witnesses later this morning. They'll present their side of the story in this impeachment trial. That's thanks to House prosecutors resting their case yesterday. Going into Wednesday, the defense had just under 10 hours left in their time remaining for asking witness questions. We will get an update today on how much time they have left. That will give us a clearer picture of how much time in this phase of the trial remains. There's a possibility we could complete the testimony stage at some point today. That would take us to closing statements and then deliberations. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has said the Senate will not take any days off for deliberations, so they will work every day, including weekends, until they get to that verdict. Now, things are set to get started back here at 9 this morning. Reporting at the Capitol in Austin, I'm Victor Jacobo, KHOU 11 News. Back to you.
Yeah, Victor, that clock winding down is just adding to the drama we've already seen, especially yesterday in court. Thank you for that.